guys, welcome back to CJ's Keto Kitchen. Today we're going to be doing a very fun and easy snack, and it is going to be keto Thin Mint Almond Clusters. So come along with me and let's get started. I am going to be using silicone candy molds for my clusters, and I have two different kinds here. So I have one that is a little bit larger and then one that is a bit smaller that is in a flower shape. So we're just going to leave those there and start working on our chocolate. So I have two different kinds of chips here. I have milk and dark. And traditionally thin mints are a darker chocolate. But if you don't like dark chocolate, if you prefer milk chocolate or even white chocolate, you could use that in lieu of the dark. But you're going to want a half a cup of sugar-free chocolate chips. Now I'm using the Chalk Zero brand. I'm using Chalk Zero because number one, I like the fact that they don't have sugar alcohols. Number two, I've been very happy with the ease of melting for their chips. And so that's why I'm choosing to use this particular brand. So I'm going to start with my half a cup of baking chips. And I'm going to put these in the microwave. If you don't have a microwave or you don't like to use a microwave, you can also do this step in a double boiler. A double boiler is a pan or dish on top of a pan of boiling water that has come to a simmer. But I'm going to be doing this in the microwave because it's quick and I can control it. So the key with tempering chocolate in the microwave is low and slow. So I'm going to be putting these chips into my microwave, which is 1100 watts. So it is a powerful microwave. I'm going to be putting this on half power for 30 seconds. And then I will check it and I will give it more heat if necessary. So 30 seconds at half power, you can see that it's just barely starting to melt. So I'm going to do this one more time at the same setting. So half power for 30 seconds. So the other key with melting chips is don't take it to where the chips are completely melted when you get it out of the microwave. Instead, begin stirring and you will see that your chips will begin melting into smoothness. That is the other trick I find. To make sure that you don't melt it to where it's bubbling, because then sometimes your chocolate can what they call seize. And that happens with both regular chocolate and no sugar chocolate. So you can see that it is nice and smooth, and that's what we're looking for. So to make this into the thin mint flavor, I'm going to be using peppermint oil. And this is actually food grade essential oil. If you don't have that, you can of course use Loran's makes a good peppermint oil, or you can just use peppermint extract from the grocery store, which is a little bit different. Peppermint oil is a lot stronger. And so I'm only going to be using about 3 drops. The first time I used this, I used too much and I about hurt CJ. So definitely go less. And I have found that 3 is perfect for our tastes. So 1, 2, 3. And I'm just going to stir that into my melted chocolate. And it is now chocolate mint flavored. Okay, now I have cut up my almonds. Some are extremely fine and some are a little chunkier because I want the fine ones for my smaller molds and the chunkier ones for my larger mold, just to get an even crunch. So I'm going to begin with my smaller mold, and I'm just going to start putting my almonds in the bottom of my mold. Just a few. And you can use as many almonds as you would like. It's going to depend on how nutty you want these to be. So I'm just going to take my chocolate mixture and I'm going to begin spooning it into my candy molds. And it is going to depend on the size of your molds, how many clusters you will get for your half a cup of melted chips. If you have the larger molds, you might get fewer. But these smaller molds, you might get a little more. Now, my inspiration for this, besides of course the actual Girl Scout cookies that are Thin Mints, which actually have been around since 1938, if you can believe it, were something I saw at Costco, and they are doing just the Thin Mint covered almonds, and of course they're done with a sugar product, but I thought, I wonder if I could make that keto. And so this is my version of that. That one got a little over full. We're not going for perfection here at CJ's Keto Kitchen. All right, I should be able to get one more of these small ones. Yay, okay. So I'm just gonna take my spoon and make sure that, yep, that one got over full. It's all right, no worries. Okay, so there are the dark chocolate ones. Okay, so I have just repeated the previous steps only with milk chocolate, and I'm going to put a bit in this other mold. And I'm just doing the same thing that I did before. These are just a bit larger. As I stated, you could also do this with the white. If you preferred white chips with mint, that would be very tasty. So of course, these are not going to require any cooking besides the tempering of the chocolate. So the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pop these into my refrigerator for about a half hour. And then I will be able to show you the unmolding process and also the tasting of these by CJ. Okay, so there they are. They're gonna do a quick rest in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hi, baby.
Hi.
Go ahead and tell us.
Okay. It's good. Really minty, but not overpowering. That was a milk chocolate one. And then that's whatever. Dark chocolate.
Yes.
And it's funny because this is actually not as minty tasting, but I think it's because the dark chocolate is offsetting the mint. So it's really good, lots of good flavor, and they are portion controlled, so you don't, you're not gonna, well, I guess that could be good and bad, because you could eat like,
Oh, I'll just have one more.
right,
Because it's tiny.
because it's small. But I think it really can, if you have a sweet craving, they're cool to have around, and they do last a while and do fine. Although I think over time, I might put them in the refrigerator over time. So good job, baby. I think people will like them.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for joining us again, you guys. We hope you'll come back and see us again next week. Definitely check us out on social media. We are CJ's Keto Kitchen everywhere. And until you come back, be well.